Hey, hey, welcome into Flying with Mike. Hope y'all are ready. 2 to 1. I voted for both, so that's why it's 2 to 1, folks. We're going to fly for virtual American today. Miami to Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic in the ZIBO 737. We'll catch the Oakland San Diego flight maybe at another date and time. We'll find out. But for now, we're headed to the tropics again. Folks, welcome in. Hope y'all are having a great day. We are Thursday, folks, Friday Eve. So, time to start getting your party on, especially those of you out over the pond in Europe. So, all right, so let's get in the office here, pre flight this bird up, and get her going. All right, ZIBO 737, as we've touted so many times in the past. Folks, yeah, I can already hear some of you going, my God, that looks like the PMDG bird. Yeah, it really does. Oh, it's free. Yeah, I know y'all paid a lot of money over in the other sim world. But yeah, it's free here. And it's an outstanding program. Now, you do get a couple of bells and whistles that I don't have, but I think I've got a few you don't have. Can't really compare because I'm not over in that world. I've chosen to stay as far away from Microsoft and not necessarily just the flight sim, but a whole litany of other things. And, well, yeah, it's how it is. So, let me switch over on my freaks here so we don't get inundated by the traffic here. There we go. All right, so we are sitting in gate Delta 20. Now, the real flight, I'm set up pretty much the times they were. They depart somewhere around 8:30ish, get in over there around noonish. They're, local time. So I'm set for those times. And we're Delta 20. They were Delta 19 today. I don't think we have a Delta 19 in X-plane. We might. It just has to be moved or slewed over. So let's get after this flight. Let's pull Sim Toolkit up and get down to the nitty gritty here, shall we? Funny story though, folks. Of course, you wouldn't have been able to see it, but the stream would have been running about 3 minutes earlier. Oh, welcome in, Hawker. Yeah, we would have been running about 3 minutes earlier, but when I went and started all the music and the slides and this and that, you got to hit start stream, start recording for things to happen. I kind of forgot that step. So, anyway, we're on our way. It's Hawker 125, folks, and if you didn't know, let me give you a little rundown on him. Whoops. Let's go this route. He is actually trying to build a simulator out of a fuselage of a Hawker 125 400A, without the wings, without the engines, but still trying to do it in his garage and then make it a workable sim for whatever sim he makes it for. So, and yes, yours truly will be assisting in some capacity. I have a feeling I'm more like the cable guy. Yeah, pull the cable. All right, so anyway, we're back on the ramp here. As I said, Sim Toolkit's up. Another free product available to all sims. Folks, I don't care what sim you fly, it's available for you. It's a good product. A lot of information within it to help you in picking a flight, maybe. Help you trying to figure out what am I doing wrong numerically with the landings, meaning why is it hitting so hard? Maybe your pitch is off. Maybe your heading is off. You'll see that there, but then X-Plane gives you the tool of replay built right in. You can go back and watch, see where your flub ups are. All right, so with Sim Toolkit here, let's see what American is giving us today. 152 people. dare to fly with Flying with Mike today. Payload of 34,960 pounds. Gives us the zero fuel weight of 126,854. And Miami's going to give us 17,350 pounds as requested. Cost index for the day is 35, flight level 377. Correction, flight level 370. All right, you can see the route right up in here, folks. Now, like I said, we are flying for American Virtual. It's a very new airline out there. If you fly for Piedmont Virtual or Spirit Virtual or what's the other one? EasyJet, I think it is. Well, there's another one in there. Folks, same software runs them. Not necessarily the same man behind the screens. 3 out of 4 for sure. But American Virtual's the latest venture, and boy, is it taking off, pun intended. So, all right, so we are going to, I haven't fully decided. It's going to come down to if ATC is up or not. Runway 8 right for departure or runway 12. I haven't fully come to terms with which runway I want to use. It looks like down here, runway 12 may be the better runway. We'll see. When they go into the runway 1230 operation, folks, it really limits them because they really can't do a lot with the other runways. They got to be real careful because, you know, you don't want a plane doing a Tenerife on you. If you're not familiar with Tenerife, look it up. One of the worst, if not worst, air disasters ever. So when 2 classic 747s came together, not in the right way, and killed 400 or 500 people. And yes, yesterday was, and I would be remiss in not saying it, the last 747 to be built left Payne, Washington. It's a 747-800 for Atlas air cargo, and it was bound for Cincinnati to join the Atlas fleet. So no more 747s are being built. Sad day in aviation, folks. That is one classic airliner that's a tough one to beat. Even Airbus couldn't beat it with the A380. They could beat it in some areas, but reliability and just long haul longevity, they just can't come up with it. And the only thing they can beat them is how much they can throw inside. So I have to tout my hat to Boeing on that one. The Queen of the Skies truly is the queen. It's going to be sad that only cargo, well, it's been for a while, but only cargo's been flying them. I know Europe, you have a couple. Lufthansa has a couple. I think British Airways. A couple of other air carriers, but they are slowly phasing out. And that's a shame. Air cargo will probably keep them going on for quite a while. Just nothing like that bird. So, anyway, here we go, folks. Let's get Sim Toolkit out of here and get going. All right. So, coming over here to the EFB, we got our... Did I say that right? Hang on a second. Something don't look right already. Let me do it this way. 34,960. I thought something didn't look right. Oh, I know why. Our zero fuel weights here, the payload's going to look different. I'm trying to figure out why is the payload off so much. I forgot I had to adjust to get up. What I do is I put the payload figure in from SimBrief, the 34,960 pounds, I believe it was. If that doesn't give me my zero fuel weight, then I bring the cargo bins up to it. Right, 17,350 to fuel. Let's click fuel. Let's click the fuel truck. And as you heard, they're starting refueling. Fuel pumps are off. All right, so let's get after it here. Battery switch obviously is on. We're on external power. So we'll switch the AC/DC switch. No, not to be mistaken by the rock group. Ground power, go up here, get the alignment started, because that takes a little bit. Move your switch from P position to heading status, so that when you go to align, look at that, it tells you how long. That's 6 minutes to align. And then I'm just waiting to see the words align, and then we go nav. Okay, while I'm here, let's test the recorder. Mach speeds, stall warning. Stall warning's hard to hear, I know. Okay. 3 green on the landing gear is always good to see. EECs are on. No reverse lights. Radio looks good. Service interphones off. Dome lights off. And test of our devices look good. And the ELT's armed and guarded. I do those automatically while I'm up here, so really I'd only come back for one function, and that's to put the IRS back into P position for once it's aligned. All right, so now coming down, we want to make sure our cab utility is on, IFE is on, emergency lights are armed, no smoking lights on. Our exterior lights are set. All I have is the logo and the position lights, which is down on the switch. When you're ready to take off, you move it all the way up. It's a 3-position switch, folks. Okay. Collision light next to it is off, and the window heat is off. The pitot heat's off. Anti-ice is off. Electric pumps are coming off. For the hydraulics, engine pumps will stay on. Finally, I got myself lost here. Fuel pumps, they're already off. They're right here. And finally, trim air, which is on the other side. This is not a true way a checklist should run, folks. It should be going down, 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 and down, not here, 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 like a ping pong ball. That's how you get lost, like I just did. Trim air's on. Yes. Isolation valve open, bleed valves are on. And we are fueling. Once we're fueled, we'll kick the APU on. Okay, so we got our cruise set. We do not have our altitude set, which is, I believe, 20. I'm going to double check that here in a second. We're not going to be able to set 20, but we'll see. It was, I'm sorry, it's 60, so we can make it 50. You only get 50, 100. It's in 50s, so you work with it that way. And that's in the real bird, from what I understand, too. All right, so with that, cruise altitudes, we're going to hold on the fasten seatbelts till we actually start boarding, so they can hear the nice chime and then know to put the seatbelt on. And again, we're holding off on the APU till we're fueled. All right, so let's get over here to the IRS, or to the, FMS, Flight Management System. Yeah, just kind of reposition slightly to make it a little bit more visible. All right, so we're going to click FMC, check everything here. Mainly, I like checking my dates. So we're January 26th, so if you haven't updated your RNACs, folks, for your aircraft flight management, would be a good time right now, so that way, if your flight plan comes up with a fix, you don't know where it is, and it doesn't know where it is, and when ATC says go direct, you're going, where am I going direct to? That never is good, folks. All right, so we are up to date. February 22nd. By the way, in the U.S., happy Groundhog's Day, happy birthday to my oldest daughter. May the day not repeat. Although some like her, she may like it repeating. Keep that birthday coming and coming and coming and never getting older and older. You know, hey, you never know. All right, so position initialize. We are at Miami. So KMIA. Down here, I'm going to go to the next page where the GPSs are. Today is an even day. Let's do the right side. Only reason I go left, right, looking on a number graph, the number 1, well, it depends how you want to number it out. I get it. Some countries are different. 1 would start to my left, 2 would start to my right. Left, right. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it today. Miami. M. D as in Delta, S as in Sierra, D as in Delta, boom. Flight number AAL 19. I think I'm 18. Hang on a second. Let's double check with the paperwork. 1918. And all this will do, folks, is when you go to the progress page, it should give you your what you're called. So that way you could glance at your FMC. Oh, yeah, what am I today? I've heard that a lot, believe me. I didn't hear him say oh, that's my IRS aligned. This tells you your IRS is now aligned. Still fueling, though, believe it or not. Do a quick check over here. Getting close, folks. Should be getting a word here any second.
Ground to flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
All right, that's what we like to hear. Fuel tanks. Look good. All right. Now, we could go up. I'm going to continue right here, right now. All right, so next page. Let's get the flight plan in here. So next, first fix up after the star is Jaguar. J-A-G-O-R. Folks, it's not a long flight plan, believe me. Otherwise, I would have loaded it already. Let's see, R-U-M. Go figure, we're going down to rum country. Then Yankee 41. Oops. And then that ends at Julie. J-U-E-L-E. Next one is the Uniform Whiskey. Whoop, whoop. Helps to put some numbers in there. 38. And that closes at Papa Tango Alpha. Not to be mistaken with the Parent-Teacher Association. And then finally, let's see, that one takes us on to the UT-20. And Codex. K-O-D-I-X. And that, folks, is the flight plan. All right, so what I'm going to start with here is our departure. We click departure, and now is the magical time to decide what runway. Gonna do a quick check here of ATC, see if any's hanging around here in Miami. None. All right, I'm gonna go with 8 right. On to, that would have been the Clade to departure. And I know you all are having fun with me because I'm having fun with it too. And we're on the Jaguar transition. Okay, Go back to route. Actually, I'm going to go to legs. You can play the ZZ Top song all you want, folks. Go for it. It's a good time. And we'll go with this route. All right. All right, our departure is going to be Jabba, Cobalt, Claude, Pace, to Jaguar. Then I'm just going to follow it just to make sure nothing gets way out of whack. Here's where we'll start our arrival. More than likely, we're planning the Cody 2, I believe it is, arrival. Might be a letter involved. I'm not looking directly at it. Now I am Cody 2 Golf. All right, so let me go back to a map up, or yeah, map up here, and back to route. I'm going to hold off till in flight to make sure nothing changes en route before I set my arrival. All right, so let's move on since we're, well, first off, let's go ahead and get that APU fired up. Wait, well, we'll start here. Let's get the position. Okay, there's what you're used to seeing up here. But if you take this switch 2 notches on the 737 to the right, you get this nice status display of heading and status. But in alignment, it'll tell you how long in minutes. Okay, everything looks good again, still up here, coming down. APU time. On. Okay, pressure looks good. Here we go. Firing up. 2, 3. Needle coming up, and with that, I am going to fire up my ACAR program for Virtual American. Find my route. There it is, and I'm going to simply start the flight. That's how simple it is, folks. 3 steps. Start it. Click your airline, find your flight, boom, you're ready to go. And we're just about ready to go. We're just waiting for it to bottom out close to 4 here on the gauge. Get the blue lights, and we are no longer on the ground power. So I'm going to come over here, ground services, disconnect. All right, and you can see I got a couple of other things going here. All right, so we're ready to go. Let's keep going with the FMC, shall we? All right, so now we're to the performance initialization page. All right, this is where I'm gonna well, first let's fill out this page. So 0 fuel weight, 133.1. Make sure that's what you were scheduled with. 133.1 is correct. Fuel, 17,350. You know, you can put it here if you want. Okay. Reserve. This one's a tough one. All right, folks, what I go with when I put in my reserve, okay, I've got to make it to my main airport. That's your en route trip fuel. But then I have got to be able to make it to my furthest alternate. And in this case, it's not very far. My read out. I believe, oh, that isn't helping. We're only talking like, oh, where's my fuel? 30 minutes of flying time. So it's not, it's just basically on, we're going to be on the southern side. It's more to the northern side of the island, folks. And yeah, it's not a wide island. It's an island. Okay, so I got to have enough fuel to get to there, plus my 45 minutes of fuel. So That's what I plan out for here. So 3,500 for my 45 minutes and 2,900. So 2.9 plus, what did I say? 35.35. Okay, 6.4. So it's 6.4. Cost index we said was 35. Flight level 370. All right, this one's the toughest one here. If you use the default OFP, so if you go into SimBrief, make your flight plan, and you don't touch what operating flight plan you're going to use, and you hit generate, you'll be on what's called LIDO, and it's right there. Here, it's not as easy to find. I'm going to see if I can get lucky with my other program. Components. Doggone it, I hate components. And I can hear you real guys going, oh, they're a piece of cake. All you do is this, 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 and this. Oh, and by the way, distance is 130 miles to our alternate. All right, let's just see here. Okay, we're going to work this one out pretty decently. 305 and 20. I'm going to take what's on the flight plan here, and they say a component headwind of 20, which I think is, oh, that would be right, yeah. And we'll stick it in there. Execute. Now, if you're good with the conversion from Celsius to Fahrenheit, take, oh, where'd it go? This number, actually, I might be able to. Hey, let's see. .15 degrees Celsius is 59. Hey, I can't do this. All right. So what I'll do is stick 59 degrees in here. TCOAT, top and climb. I'm going to leave that alone. Never mind. That's a different number. I'm not dealing with it. All right. That brings us to N1 limits. And this comes to the point where I'm going to show another product, folks. And again, I get no money for it. This is just helping me and getting things rolling here. It's called TopCat. It is payware, so, you know, at your own risk. So when you come in, you'll set up your flight here, do all your good stuff, get your right aircraft. You run Professional Flight Planner. Which works really good in the Microsoft products, but not so well with X-Plane, which is fine. We can use it for the numbers. Cool. Great products, folks. But you can then transfer the data over to here. Just send it over. So here's my flight, 152 people. There's my weight to get us up to the 126,854 number. Click takeoff. Okay, then I'm going to click update. Right now, we're looking at 140 at 7. So 12 is still a good runway, but we're going to use 8. But if we have to make the change, we can. Temperature they're showing is 28 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm sorry, Celsius. Oh, never mind. And we've got a dry runway. Okay, so for the most part, all of this looks good. And one number I do want to look at. Takeoff weight estimated for us, 143. Hey, that's close. Close enough for the government. So once you have it filled in, do you want your air conditioning on? Miami, it's usually a good thing to have on. Definitely by the time you get to Santo Domingo. And then anti-ice. So that's your call. And I can already hear you going, I don't think they have any ice down in Miami. You'd be surprised that the anti-ice might be on. 8 right, 9,100 foot runway, 200 foot wide, 092, and it's got no slope to it. So I'll just come over here and hit compute. All right, so it's calling for flaps 1, takeoff 2. So we can do the takeoff 2 on the FMC. I'll show that here in a second. And these will be the numbers we're working with. V1 of 146, rotate at 147, 152 for the V2 clear 50-foot obstacle. And if everything performance-wise matches your sim, and folks, it is often in flight Microsoft too, don't think you're right on with it. The heavier the aircraft, these seem to be better. By that I mean 767, 777, 74. They do have some Airbuses, the MD-11. They have a whole bunch that come with it. And then you can always go out to their sites and see if they have any profiles out there. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. But the key is we're derating the takeoff from 93%, which would be a full power takeoff, to 92%. Yes, why it's showing like that, I don't know, but that's what we got. All right, so let me get rid of Top Cat. I wish I could keep it up, but it's right in the way, as you can tell. All right, so what I'm going to do is select, which I already have, takeoff 2. I didn't get the numbers for 36 for our select, which is going to, climb 2 is fine. Again, we're keeping the power back to save wear and tear on the engine. That's what it's primarily for, folks. Save fuel, save wear and tear. Now we come over to here. I'll immediately click CG. Then go to the next page. So our runway winds were 140. Diagonal 7. Bear with me 1 second while I re-update to see when this was current. 1753. You're currently 18. That's a good, almost an hour old. Not bad. Okay. So there's our runway. If it was dry, we just click this button here. I mean wet, we'd click here. If it's contaminated, go here. Runway and heading. Slope and heading. Okay, we said we do not have a slope, so we don't have to enter anything here, folks. But you can click the diagonal, just like you see in the format up here. The heading is 092. Select is 36. That's what we're setting the aircraft computers to think it is, and the outside air temperature is 15. Plus 15 degrees Celsius. Before those of you in Miami have a heart attack, oh my God, it's below freezing down here. I left that up north to get down here. And you can change these if you wish. I leave them as is. Click next page, brings you back, and we'll do a recompute here real quick and we are looking at a flaps uno departure. Okay, and our numbers are not off by much, folks. About three knots each. So we'll go with these because I kind of like them just a little better. And then you can click here to get rid of that, or click it on to keep them there. But 149 will be our V1, 150, and for rotating, 154, climb out to clear a 50-foot obstacle, which with 1,000 feet of runway left, will be well above any obstacle at the end of the runway. But you can sure raise your hands to see if you can catch us. And that, folks, gets the FMC set up while we've been boarding passengers. We are now about 5 minutes away from pushback. And our APU is running. Go up here and make sure. Running, generators on. Let's get the bleed air on. Switch this up to APU gen so we see that information up here. And come down to the middle again, and let's turn the flight directors on. Okay, now I'm going to kind of tilt it a little so I can see what's going on down here. First off, I'll click here, put it on the progress page for now. All right, so we're looking for speeds. Auto throttle is off. Speed we're going to set to 154 plus 10. So those of you home from school should know that answer. If not, I just gave it to you. 092. And again, I do not know. ATC is still not up, but we're going to safe 5,000's initial, so we'll keep it. And if they're not there by the time we hit the runway, we're going to take it all the way up to 37. Fuel flow switch hit reset. Minimums and baro. Oh, I was on radar. Dang it. And if you notice, it's setting on the other side. That was my bad. All right, so we're at, what's our barometric pressure again? Top Cat's good for that to go back to 3016. What I'm going to do is set 800. And again, if you look over at the first officer side, you see it setting as well. So we have our barometric pressure, our barometric MSL, 800-foot MSL will then be good to go. And our flaps again are at 10. Dadgummit. Hang on, let me get the electric pumps on, come down here. Some reason they keep coming in here all the way in that 10 to 20 degree setting. I don't know where I set that to stop that. If it does it to you folks, what I do is simply go in and click on the, get the electric pumps going and bring the flaps up, and they'll clear. And then for this one, I just pull it, it'll wobble around. And I don't know if it really works or not, but if it does, once it's stable like that, I let go of the big white disc. Once the light's out, then I'll go up and kill that pumps. There we go. All right, folks. Last couple of things to look at. Landing gear lever down. 3 green. We already saw those up top. That's good. Down below, speed brakes up. Flaps now 0, 0. Thrust levers, check for takeoff config. That means you're not set up to take off. And then parking brake set. Fuel levers cut off. Right, we're ready to go. Jetway will be going away here shortly, folks. Yaw dampers, let me check them, put them to on. Actually, I'm going to leave them off till the runway. I think it causes, no, it might cause problems in our flight control check. And that's it, folks. We're ready to push back. How about that on time? Well, Hawker, thanks for joining us. Hope you are having a good day at work. Okay, doors are closed.
Flight attendants prepare for departure. Ground check and all call. Thank you.
Good morning. From the cockpit, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your captain today. On behalf of the entire flight crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard. In just a few more minutes, we'll have all the doors closed and ready to begin our pushback and taxi out for an on-time departure. Safety video demonstration of the equipment on board the aircraft. I'd like to thank you in advance for your attention to that video. For those of you that are interested in listening into the communications between us and air traffic control, United Airlines is the only major airline that will allow you to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard United Airlines. Thank you for flying with us today.
We'll have,
As you're finding your seats, remember to stow your...
All right, way too much. I didn't do it fast enough. All right, so we're ready to push. Let's get that tug up here.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing. Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Okay, looks like 787, I think it is, pushing back next to us. I think I got the jetway away. No, I do not. Okay. And
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
beacons on. And finally, system B, pump on. Fuel pumps on.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Well, we're kind of in a holding pattern here, folks. Waiting on 314 to decide what they're going to do. Out of curiosity, while we're waiting, see if it's one of the flights with this airline. Let's find out. Does not appear to be. Looks like we're the only one in the area. Just waiting on them. Alright, so I love when these kind of holds come into us. Okay, let's see what's going on.
Miami traffic, American heavy taxi into runway 8 right via taxiways. November 10, we'll go to Mike and then we'll hold short
Say
by
so.
Lima 1. Mike 1, Miami.
Miami traffic, American 1918, stand Delta 20, pushing back for runway 8 right. Alright, he's out of the way. Let's do it.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Alright, and to do as he says, to light them up, let's start the process. Okay, first thing, of course, make sure your fuel pumps are on. We found that out last time. Next, turn your packs off. That way your pressure will build up to the proper level and you're ready to start. So let's go ahead, crank up number 2 first. Whoop, nope, wrong side. Sorry, folks. Jumped ahead of the script. Let's first go to engine. And then what we're going to do with number 2 is come up here and go to ground. Then we're watching N2 down here. When it hits 17, I'll bring on the fuel. I lifted this to idle. Here comes the fuel. EGT is climbing. We've got a good start. And we'll go ahead and bring it on the jet. And you can see the light went out. All right, and there's the line for D21. And we're going to be going out that way. I'm probably going the wrong way. Knowing me, probably right. IG8705, welcome in, first time chatter. Hope you enjoy the ride. Headed to Santo Domingo, XP12. By the way, folks, I didn't say this in the beginning. This is the latest update from X-Plane 12.02R1. We're still kind of beta-like-ish, where a lot of releases keep coming out. But this one cured, if you all were paying attention to any of the videos that were out, the memory leak issue they had with R3. So, like I said in Discord, folks, I personally don't think I ever experienced
Just
that.
about done here. Go ahead and set your parking
But
brake.
they say it was there, and that's what they fixed. All right, parking brake set.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
All right, so let's start up number 1 now while he does that. But yeah, so that is released. The other thing I want to find out is if they fixed anything else. Phoenix to UT25, please. I'm going to find out where UT25 is. Okay, get the fuel on. Good starts, looks good. Well, I will see where that is. Writing it down. Always looking for some new place to go to.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Alright, and we are lit off. So, 1 second here while I give it a 3-minute countdown. Alright, so generator on.
And Miami traffic, America 314 at the line of room rate 8 right, Miami.
Okay, and hydraulic pumps are on. AC/DC, go Gen 1 this flight. Probe heaters on. Any ice not needed, packs to on. Isolation valve to auto. APU bleed to off. APU off. Always make sure your number 1, number 2 lights are out so you know they're on the gen. Okay. Wait, I did have it set right. Come on down. Okay, APU off. Flaps. 1. RTO. And how we doing? Minute and a half to go. Okay, we'll get some of these other switches to continues. Auto brake, position lights, TARA down below. And we're ready for taxi. We're just waiting on that little bit of, oh, we got a lot of it.
Traffic, America 314 heavy taking off array right departing with northwest departure. Miami.
Oh, lower cam. All right. So we're just waiting for another minute. We're just going to idle off. All right, here we go. And like I said, I'm probably going the wrong way in the alley, but that's okay.
Traffic.
All right, off we go, folks. All right, we are now out of the non-movement area into the movement area and headed down to our taxi, to our runway. Alright folks, we are taxiing for runway 8 right. And once we get down there, we'll let everyone know where we're going. Actually, we're just going to say we're taking off. I keep things very simple here, folks. So... Now, if I get a controller, that's a whole different story. Then we'll start repeating whatever they tell me. But if it's just me, I'm just going to tell you I'm pushing back and going to runway 8 right. When I get to 8 right, I'm going to tell you I'm departing 8 right, period.
I'm the traffic American 13 heavy. Out of the 8 right localizer, continue on northwest departure out of Glass to Miami.
I have no idea what he said. Something on a localizer, I think. So, but we're heading down here, folks. Should take us about another minute or two to make it. So, if you need to take a break, now would be a great time. Should be lining up here in about a minute or two, so. Let's see if I can figure out what he said. No idea. I think actually he just took off. Alright folks, if you haven't done so already, smash that follow button. We'd love to see you on future flights. It's very simple. Just click the follow button, hit the notify, and it'll let you know, one, let you know we're coming, and two, you'll get an email letting you know when we're going to be airborne. If by chance you're watching this on a YouTube replay, smash subscribe's just the same thing, lets you know when we make a new video out there.
Traffic American 656 is going to taxi runway 12. Looks like Whiskey Papa Romeo 1.
Alright folks, we're getting close to the end of the runway. Miami traffic, American 1918, departing 8 right. Alright, and as you heard, we are getting ready to take off, folks, so Hope you're back in the seats, ready to go. Takeoff checklist is as follows. We are on TARA. We are auto brake set. VNAV. LNAV set. And lower is on top. And clock and timer once we're on the runway. We're taking it. Flaps 1, RTO. Okay, so we're going to throttle up to 40% is what the checklist says. What I like to do, folks, this is just flying with Mike. I'm going to bring N1 up to where it's even with this. Makes a quick cross-check that they're there instead of trying to look for 40. And as you can tell, it isn't much higher than what we're doing right now. Alright, let's get those strobes going. Okay.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Landing lights coming on. Sun blinding in play. Here we go. Now you see how easy that is to see when the needles line up, folks? Auto throttle to on, to arm. Now I cannot figure out which button or which key assignment to put on my throttle to go. Oh wait, I got toga. Never mind. I got it right finally. And if I'd have just remembered to set my trim. Doggone it, I always forget that. 80 knots?
80 knots.
Stick neutral.
D1, rotate. Positive rate.
Coming up with the gear. Waggle of my wings. And we'll go ahead and throw it to the autopilot. Really shocked they have it flying like they do. Flaps up. Alright, let's get the landing gear off. Brakes off. Gonna wait till at least 10,000 feet to bring the engines back to auto and continue until we hit the transition level of 18,000 and keep going. I don't have ATC, so that means... Okay, we're not going for 44, folks, but that's a nice try. There we go, 37. And there you go, folks. Off we go into the wild blue, cloudy yonder. And dang it, there goes people again as I start singing. All right. Hope y'all are enjoying the flight so far. Again, hey, if you're new to the channel, we'd love you to smash that follow button. Gonna hear me say that quite a bit, folks. We'd love to, you know, engage everyone here, get them flying. My main goal, yes, I want you to watch. I want you to maybe pick up a thing or two from me, but folks, it's been well over 30 plus years since I've flown a real airplane. And things have changed.
American 656 lining up and then waiting. Runway 12, Miami.
So it's been quite a while since I've been in a real airplane, but I do have about 250 hours-ish behind the stick of Pipers and Cessnas and Beat Traps, oh my. And so I can help out, but my goal is to try to impart a little bit of knowledge that I have to you so that you'll get up, maybe buy one of these, Microsoft or X-Plane, and take to the skies.
Avianca 9, we are just making our start on Concourse Juliet, and we'll report when taxiing. We're expecting runway 8 right, Miami.
May have to change frequencies again. So, but we're on the way, folks. We're getting ready to cross 10,000, so we'll get the lights off. Okay, and we're good there. We'll go ahead and now come to auto.
Miami traffic, American 656. Departing runway 12, then left direct to Sea Salt. Miami traffic.
Alright, so we're building speed, folks.
When you are in your seat, please keep your seatbelt fastened in the event of unexpected turbulence. Please be careful when opening the overhead compartment. We ask that you use the lavatories located in your cabin, and please don't stand near the lavatories in the galleys. You may now use all approved personal electronic devices. For everyone's safety, please make sure your personal belongings are clear of the aisle. We're pleased to offer personal device entertainment on our United private screenings option, sponsored by the United Plus Explorer card.
How are we getting United? I thought that all stuff came with the planes.
Have a headset? We'll be happy to provide one once the captain.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Get it from our dump seat. After you connect to the United Wi-Fi network, go to UnitedWiFi.com. You can access United.com and the United app free of charge, where you can check flight status and more. To use other apps and websites, you can purchase an internet access plan. We will be serving a variety of complimentary drinks, wines, craft beer, and other alcoholic beverages for purchase.
Miami traffic, American 656 is here up on runway 12.
To purchase, as well as freshly prepared meals from our bistro on-board menu. You can find more details about the menu in the back of Hemispheres magazine or the seatback guide. We accept most major debit and credit cards, including those with a Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express logo, as well as the Mileage Plus Explorer Visa card. We now invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the service on today's flight. Let us know if there's anything we can do to make your flight more comfortable.
Alright, folks, as she said, we are on our way, so enjoy the ride. And hopefully, let's see, we are looking at about an hour and a half over to Santo Domingo. No, I didn't start my timer. Dog on it. Oh well. So we got at least plus probably 8 to 10 minutes. All right. So we'll add 10 minutes to whatever's there. All right, folks, we're about to hit transition level. Basically, all that does is that puts everyone's altimeter out there at the same barometric pressure. Don't care if you're in Europe and you're in millibars or you're here in inches of mercury. We're all on the same plane at that time, so you are all doing, or should be, roughly in the same ballpark altitude-wise. Because what the controller will see is like 18,900, say, right now. I'm thinking it's probably higher than that. But anyway, everyone passing at that level should be roughly at about the same if they're on standard. 2992, 1013 in the millibar. Europe has that level usually way lower. Anywhere from 5, I see we ran into Austria a couple of days ago, and they were 12, I think. 10 to 12. Oh, sorry for the yawn there, folks. 10 to 12,000 feet. So you can see a big difference. Now, North America, the whole continent, is 18,000. Except for maybe a couple places in Mexico, but everywhere else is that way. So kind of not like Europe. You got to really pay attention in Europe because boy, they change big time. Each country is different. All right, so let us come up here, click terrain, which is nothing but water below us. Then I'm going to come over to this side and click weather, WX. Can't really do much with it, folks, but I'm going to punch it out to about 160 miles ahead of us. I don't think it's going to show anything, but if the weather radar worked, it would be right here with these, this area of the pedestal console. Now, we did not set any frequencies out of here, folks, because we're pretty much VNAV. So, I mean, kind of ridiculous in my mind. I mean, you would, as a real pilot, you would have those there giving you feedback so you know, okay, we lost an engine. How far back is Miami? How far back is, you know, these things? That's important. I'm in a sim. I really... No offense, you know, so that's why you would set them. And in our case, the Clada, the only thing we'd probably really want is Virginia Keys and Dolphin. Because now we're out in the Bahama area, and Freeport and Nassau would be next if we had to go somewhere. So I got one light I can turn off. Go ahead and turn the wing lights off. All right, let's take a look out here. Turn this down a little more. And I'm going to tell you, with each release, folks, looking a lot better each time. Now, you're getting this kind of jaggy, kind of weird look here. One part of it's the sun, but the other is for a flight after the Turkey to Austria flight, Turkey to Lowy, that is. I decided let's turn the alias on, anti-alias, turn the anti-alias up in the sim. It looked good. I mean, frame rates were phenomenal. Came in today and OBS looked really weird. So I turned everything back off. But maybe I'll try a flight today and see how frame rates go if I bump it up. So we get rid of some of these jags you see here. But I mean, I had, with Tolus, I had 60, 50s, and, no, I'm sorry, correction. 50s and 60s for the stream. I did just from Lowy to Vienna afterwards, off stream and all, trying some things out. And with the anti-alias pulled up into the other one, whatever it's called, and I dropped into the 30s. So, and we weren't even in a really cloudy situation like we get into, of course, this time of the year. So, I'm not sure I want to do that. So I may leave things, and we have to do what we have to do to get frame rates. Any new sim, you got to do that, unless you're like those few out there, and I'm jealous of you, that get a new system with every new release of a new system. Well, usually with the new flight sim, you need new stuff. This rig that I bought, that you see the specs from time to time, folks, was spec for XP12 and Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, which I opted to never buy. So, and before y'all rush away, because I'm going to badmouth, no, I have problems with what I saw of Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, and that's all I'm going to dig it with. My main issue comes with Microsoft. So, and it goes back a long time. We don't need to hash that out here. I have been looking to break free of Microsoft for years. X-Plane was still behind the curve when I really wanted to break free of them. So I had to endure until they've come up to the level they are now, and I am extremely pleased with where they are to leave Microsoft finally. Now I'm working on getting rid of it completely. So, anyway, that's all. Enough said. Not going down that road with anyone. So, all right, so we are now through 29,000, and we have a heavy coming in for Scott. Sounds like a C-17 going ahead. Late. All right, I do need to. I wish I knew the invite, so I could invite you guys to the ZIBO site. Hang on a second, folks. Seeing if there is a public one in their site. Nope, not. Oh, wait. Put this out. Folks, if you want to get caught up to date with that's not right. That's nowhere near right. Hang on, take two. And this way you can stay up to date when they update the program. Folks, this is phenomenal. Now, one thing I've learned by just going here, I probably knew this before, but hey, they helped amplify it to me then. There we go. Currently, we are 3? Wait a minute. What am I? I have no idea. Anyway, this will tell you if you need to update or not. You just click the question mark and it'll say version 3.55. You click that back, and then when you're over at their site, their latest and greatest came out on the 20th. So yeah, this is going to be new. It tells you what they fixed, and oh, could have got the Discord from here. Duck on it. Oh no, I couldn't. I thought I saw it. No, it's not there. So, but yeah, you could see what they fixed and all that good stuff. It's mine. Okay, I have no idea which one I have. But yeah, it's a good place to go though to keep up to date. As is our channel. And you'll see the link pop through from time to time. So folks, I am going to kind of just sit back, a little bit of relaxation here, and switch METARs around. So we're getting Santo Domingo, and that'll prepare us for our arrival. Again, thanks for the first time chat from Nige 8705. We will put that on our list. Got a feeling that's a GA. As a matter of fact, I can look that up. Let's see where UT25 is. Right, where's the plus mark? Monument Valley. Huh. Let's see. That sounds interesting in itself. Oh, it's a private airfield. How long's the runways? 4,000 foot. Okay, King Air could go in there. Nice. We may have to give that a try. Come somewhere out of Phoenix. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll look into that, Nige. It looks like a interesting airport there. Right, we are just about to top a climb, folks. And what you know. Screwed it all up. But yeah, we're over the Bahamas, as you can tell, folks. Matter of fact, I believe Andros Town is pretty close to below us. Another one I may have to hop around to. I'm not seeing any airports, so hard to make out where it would be here. My guess is we flew over it already. Yeah, it would have been back here, I think. All right. Anyway, as you can tell, we're on our way, folks. Cruise altitude coming up, and let's let the passengers know.
Shaman from flight deck here. Seatbelt signs off. Gives you an opportunity to move out. Do ask on your seat though to keep those seatbelts fastened for your safety and those values. As we get closer, we'll update weather gate information. Enjoy the ride. Thank you.
Not a lot to see. It, you know, all the eye candy in the world you can put in a sim doesn't matter if you're flying over the ocean quite a bit, folks. Not much to see up here. Okay, we are crossing over that airport at that point. Let me see if we see it. Yep. Cloud in the way. That might be it right there. Okay, on we go, folks. All right, I am going to look ahead. Oh, we're still showing marginal here. Broken at 1800, 2920 for the temps and dew point, and winds are 030 at 6. So we're broken at 1800. So got a marginal approach coming in. 030. Now, here's the tricky part. What way are they coming in? Now, I can go in the U.S. and U.S. territory, say we were going to San Juan, and pick up their D-ATIS. I don't know if San Juan has D-ATIS or not. But anyway, if they do, I can get it. If there's a D-ATIS here, I cannot get it. And there is not anyway, so it's a mute point. But I want to check out something. First off, the real world flight came in landing to the north. Okay. And currently it looks like we are still north ops. Okay. So that helps me out in knowing which approach, which I'm working on right now, and then we'll talk about it in just a second. Oh, 2G is for 17. 3, no, 3, the H's are what I need. Right, so we would go... Alright, what the heck did it fly again? G and came up on the north. Okay, so All right, so we're gonna fly the 2H approach. All right, so that makes things a little easier. Plug it into my charting. Cody, runway approach. All right, so we got it added to the map. All right, let me center up. All right, so bear with us here, folks. In a few seconds, we'll start in on the arrival brief. Let me see where we stand on Sim Toolkit. Hour and 12 minutes. So let's give it a few minutes, get us a little closer, and then we'll bring up the arrival brief into here. So for now, folks, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride for about 45 minutes or so. Then we'll get into the brief. Alright folks, we are about an hour out of arrival. I'm going to go ahead. I know I told you all about 40-45 minutes. We're going to be well into the descent then. Well, let's get that brief out of the way, get the FMC set up, and get it in there. So to my apology to those of you all waiting to come back for 40-45 minutes, shame on you, you'll miss it. But you can catch it always in the replay. And you can catch those replays right there. All right, so gonna first, let me just see here, because the problem is this cockpit doesn't have the one thing where PMDG outshines it is the pop outs. You know, being able to pop these out, move them over here for streaming and all. But I can always do this and work from this side. All right. I'm going to bring up, let me just see how ZIBO or Sim Toolkit looks. That's cutting it off. Okay. All right, so let's bring charts. And again, this is charts 8, I believe they call it now. I don't even know what the other one was called. I thought it was charts 5, so we skipped a couple numbers. You know, when my daughters were in school many years ago, skipping numbers, hey, as long as you know, hey, it's okay. Not really. But anyway, so here's charts 8. So our bringing it up here so I can see. Okay, so we're going to be flying the 2 hotel arrival. What that is the Codex 2 hotel. So from Codex, you can see the route. We'll come right down to SD 312, 311, 310 to Venro. You can see the requirements. Okay, at or above 3,000, 210 at Venro. Then we'll take the RNAV blah, blah, blah. Man, let me try English again. I think I was in some foreign language that even people from foreign countries wouldn't understand. So we'll be doing the RNAV GNSS, or GPS approach, Global Navigation Systems. So what we'll do, first click Departure Arrival. Find MDSD, click Arrival next to it. Now the fun part. Next page till you find it. Cody. And we're doing the 2 hotel. So this one. Click the line select there. And RNAV. Venro. And there it is, folks. So we're going to Venro on the Cody 2 hotel approach for runway 35, coming back to the north. Execute. And we're going to be using reserve fuel. Well, we'll see. It's going to be close. Okay, so let's go to legs. So there's the first fix, Codex. We're showing below or maximum speed of 250 or lower. And below 20,000 feet, which matches our chart. Next up is SD12. You see the requirements. And it's matching up. SD311. Below 8,000. SD310. Folks, we're going to be way below, but we got to be above 3,000 at this point. We're going to be way below most of these. Okay, and then Venro, I'm going to look at it. I got a feeling I'm going to switch it, but we're going to keep the 210 aspect, which isn't on there. We'll put it on there. All right. Reason I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about making it 3,000. So that way these guys will fall in line. Okay, now let's take a look at the approach itself. Okay, we'll do it in 3 parts. We'll start with the top, which granted shows part of the map, but you can see we're doing the RNAV GNSS 35, the Las Américas International Airport, Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Can we say Domingo more than too many times? Frequencies across the top from ATIS to your ground. No localizer or glide slope information here, folks, because it's an RNAV. Final approach, 352. We'll see that in a minute. Curva. Again, we'll see that in a minute. That's at 2,000 feet. Our minimum descent altitude is 510 feet. We don't see the runway there. Punch it, folks. Go around. We were at 1,900, I think, for the METAR here. I'll double check here in a minute. All right, so there's our missed approach climb on track 352 to SD 165. About 2 miles, I think, is what it's saying. Right turn, direct OT VOG, and make that climb to 3,000. And I think we're going to hold at OTG, yes. OTOG, whatever. It's OTVOG, sorry folks, missed a few letters. DME not authorized. Prohibited areas during missed approach, so we got to be very close. Timing not authorized for defining the missed approach. Now, that's kind of weird because that's what you do it off of, is how long you're on. So I'm not, again, I've never shot this, so this ought to be fun. Okay, the second section we're going to look at. Okay, remember, we're coming down kind of like this to Venro. Okay, from Venro to SD 160 is 3,000 feet minimum. That's why I'm thinking about setting 3,000 here. So when we get over to SD 160, we're at, for sure, 3,000. And we can begin slowing for approach. So we'll determine that here in a second. Okay, then we're going to curve. Let's actually continue looking. SD 160. Okay, and then curva at or above 2,000. That's going to go to a hard 2,000. Okay, and I am going to set the other one to 3,000. Alright, so 260 will be fine. 2,000, 160, if not slower by what I set. And then inbound or to runway. Looks pretty good, folks, on there. And there's our charting. Again, this is giving us what we should be at certain distances away, which is funny. DMEs are, you saw that. All right, finally, the bottom half, which includes vertical and minimum weather criteria. Curva at 2,000, on glide path, and at 2,000. Okay, we come down. Okay, in this airplane, we're going to probably be at about 740 to 800 feet per minute coming down the glide path. I'm assuming I'm going to get an early guesstimate here. We're going to be flaps 30, manual. We'll do 2. 3.5. Update. Just doing a quick top Tomcat look at it, folks. We'll get a official look here in a second. 143, so yeah. Closer to 745, but that's what we'll be doing. 150 down the approach. Minimums 500 feet and a visual of 1.2 kilometers. If it says anything other than that, folks, find another airport. It's divert time. Okay, there's our charts. .434 miles away. All right, so that's the charting portion of this. Once we get on the ground, by the way, we are hoping to get off at Delta, probably more like Charlie or the end of the runway. It's 11,000 feet, we'll see. And then we're going to head right to here. So if we come off at Charlie or beyond, we'll taxi to Alpha 4 if it's available. All right, folks, that is the arrival brief. Chart-wise, still a couple more things to talk over. All right, remember I talked about V-speeds. Couple ways we can do this that do work in the airplane. We can do it this way. Fill in all of this. Dry wind is 030 at 6. So it's 030 diagonal 6. Temperature a brisk 29 degrees Celsius. Is that true? Yep, 29. And QNH 1018. Now, let's say we were coming into the US and we got like 30.06. That's how you're going to put it in here. 30.06. Okay. Here, the format for QNH HEPA, which is millibars, is just put the 4 numbers in. Okay. Enter. 118, 118. Okay. I'm going to use flap 30. Air conditioning. We'll run anti-ice off. Brakes AV2. I don't know what NNC is. Speed brakes auto, no credit. I don't get what that means either. Landing weight. Let me see what we're estimating. When we got our flight packets, we were estimating 125,601. Okay. And compute. Okay. So 125.6. Where'd it go? Now you can do it 2 ways. You can do 125.6 or type it all the way on 125.601. And I'm going straight off estimated landing weight. We'll add 5. Now, the reason we couldn't use the takeoff one here, that line right there is there. Now, it may be there if I get the latest downloads, which I might do. Then we come over here. They're saying VREF of 143 plus 5. So really it's 138, which is what I'm showing on TopCat. And for break 2, we'll have 2100. We'll need 2177 or 2,177 meters to get stopped. So 2 and 3 are our best options. 1's pushing the runway hard. Auto, we don't do. Okay, so, and looking over here, it's pretty much same thing. So, looks good. Remember, it's an 11,000 foot runway, folks, so I think we can fudge it just a little. Alright, now you heard me mention it. The other way we could do this is TopCat. Now, TopCat and Virtual American, I don't know if they'll be doing the same thing or not. I got to figure out this ACARS, not the ACARS for flight planning, but the Hoppy ACARS system they're looking to try out to get gate assignments like you do in the... They're going extremely real, folks. So, I mean, if you want to experience real world at its best, I mean, everyone knows flight sim has been known to push the envelope of what's real. You know, it's as real as you can make it on a computer screen. So they're pushing the limits with real world airline pilots behind the scenes pushing this and everything. So if you want it, folks, there's the web address. Be ready. They're gonna gig you if you hit hard or you bounce or you take too long to get into the gate or forget this, forget that. I mean, it's a challenge. So if you're up to the challenge, there you go. All right, so there's TopCat. Now, I actually do have an ACARS ability on here, which I will test out with them here one day. They may already have people trying it out. But again, our friends here at TopCat, again, payware, I went to the landing page now. I put in our estimated landing weight. Flaps 30, air conditioning on, no anti-ice, auto land, although I'm tempted now to put the anti-ice on. Auto brake 2, and I don't have a increase here. And that's what we yield when you click complete. So we updated, we got 29 degrees. I'll do another update. 1018, and then we hit compute, and boom. In flight looks like this. Oop, dispatch looks like this. Notice you lose parameters here, folks. In flight, you get to put in auto land. And I only do that, folks, to make sure I get all the data possible. Doesn't mean I'm going to let it come in both of them on. I actually like landing the plane. I think it's kind of fun. Matter of fact, if you've been with us a couple weeks ago, we flew to Honduras and had to shoot a missed approach. I flew the missed approach by hand, folks. Came back around and landed. So I love flying by hand, and if I have to miss, I'll go miss. And, oh, one other thing Virtual American is very, very strict on is being stable on your approach coming in, speed and aircraft. That will yield to a better landing. They are correct in that one. So, anyway, ACARS, just to give you an idea. I don't know if I have them in here yet or not. Let me see. I have to go into the books and find out where they're testing. I think it's just either Detroit. No, wouldn't be Detroit. That would be wrong. Somewhere, it's up in the Northeast. They're testing it out between these airports. And it's really, I can change my call sign, go to config. And apply. Okay, and then I don't know which site I have to go to off of here, but I can do like they do in the plane and send information back and forth. Things are getting slow. All right. Anyway, folks, that's coming to American Virtual use of the ACARS that way as well. All right, let's get that out of the way, folks. See where we are on the flight. See, there we go. Okay, we're 361 mile away. Folks, enjoy the music. Got about another 15 or so minutes to top a descent. So 15, 20 minutes max. And if you're so inclined and like to throw your prediction in on what you think the landing will be like, that's all you got to do. Exclamation mark the word predict, space, and a negative number. Hey, who knows? I don't even know how good or how bad I'll do. But we're going to find out here in about 360 miles or so. So enjoy the ride, folks, and thanks for flying with Mike. We'll see you in a few minutes. All right, folks, welcome into the ZIBO 737 for XP12. The good news, free. You're looking to fly PMDG quality aircraft in X-plane, look no further. You got it here in the ZIBO. And we are about 10 or 15 minutes out from top of descent, about 200 miles to go. So we're just kind of relaxing as we cruise along. If you're new to the channel, we would love for you to click follow. That way you'll get alerts as to when we're airborne via email. If you're on YouTube watching this in a replay, just smash subscribe, folks, and the little bell, and you'll get email notifications when a new video drops into my area. So we're flying from Miami to Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, and like I said, we're about 200 miles, I believe it is, from top of descent, up 137. So should be descending here in the next 10 to 15 minutes, if not sooner. If you're familiar with the Santo Domingo area, MDSD, well, just in case, new people along here, let me bring the chart up here real quick. We're going to be coming in Codex 2 Hotel, down to Venro, into runway 35 on an RNAV. Ought to be a fun ride, folks. Weather in Santo Domingo, I don't think just came up. So still broken at 1800, 29 degrees, and the QNH remained the same. Winds came up a little bit. So let me just make sure. It shouldn't have made any big changes drastic to our landing here. Oh, I have 030, so everything's still the same. And 1900. Oh, we should be getting some new stuff here soon from 2000. Let's see if we're getting it anywhere. 1900 there. See what Top Cat's doing. Top Cat has it 020 at. So 020 now. And still down to 28. Shouldn't have changed much hardly at all. Nope, still the same. All right. So we are just about there, folks. Set this to 137. All right, let me hope everyone's week's going well as we're at Friday Eve and preparing for another weekend, folks. We've had a pretty rough one here in the U.S. Still going on from Texas all the way up into Kentucky and Virginia. Big ice storm, really wreaking havoc down there, and we got the edges of it Monday this week, or Sunday, Monday. Fortunately, I was working, and hence the reason Monday's stream canceled. But it was nothing like what they're getting down there. Oh, it did its damage up here, don't get me wrong. I mean, accidents galore on the roads. Our runway was closed for a few hours and so forth, but what's going on down there, folks, is unreal. So, but you know, it's an ice storm, folks. Unfortunately, really not a lot you can do about them. So hopefully, like we're expecting this weekend to be back up into the 40s, pushing the 50s. And hopefully the same is true down there and it doesn't melt too quickly to start blowing tree limbs apart to take even more power lines down there. But good news is warming is coming. And hopefully the second half of February won't be as bad either. So anyway, enough of the gloom and doom out there, folks. Let's just keep rolling on into Santo Domingo and a nice little tropical haven. Okay, we're 80 miles out. All right, folks, we're back with you. We're going to begin setting up for the arrival. All right, we are going to... I'm going to go ahead and set 3,000 for our descent, even though I know in the real world it would be stair-step down. But we don't have controllers, so why not bring it down? Alright, so we're set 3,000 here. Now, couple of ways to start your descent in the 737. You can use the altitude intervene button right here, or come down to RNAV, click next page, or until you get to the descent page, and then you've got it's not showing it. Hang on. may not be where it comes available. We'll give it till it's time to come down, which will be right at the green dot here. Love when it does something different, folks. But usually you'll see a descend now right here. Just click there. That's the other way. Or you could be on an FMC that has climb, cruise, descent, click descent, and then look for that descend now button. So we'll keep going. We got company traffic coming at us at 100. See if we'll be able to see them. Not sure what they're filed for. At this point, I don't think we'll see them, but we'll keep an eyeball out. Who knows? Might catch the contrail at least. Okay, we're within 20 miles, which usually on VATSIM, so they're slightly above us now, 700 feet. Oh, I think I got a contrail. Let's get out here and see. Yeah, I think their contrail is right here, folks. So out in there is, right there they are. They're headed back to Miami. Oh, hello there, American 376. Safe travels back to Miami. Pretty fun. All right, folks, we're getting ready to make our turn to proceed down to the start of the approach on the star. So we're about, let's see if that showed up yet. There it is. So anytime now we could click descend now. If we're set on the altitude there, we'll start our descent down to it. We're going to wait till about 5, 10, 15 miles from it, and then we'll start down to reach 3,000. My goal is Veno, was it? Hang on. Benro. And we'll be at 210 as well. So, folks, we're just about there to the Santo Domingo area. And it's been a fun ride. Hope you all enjoy. Put your prediction in, folks. Exclamation mark predict. Space, negative number, and you're entered to see how close you get to what we actually do here. And believe me, I have no, well, I do have control, but I sometimes flub them up. We'll try our best here. Okay, we're over Julie, headed to PTA. Just before PTA, we will set for descent. Let me start putting some freaks in. PTA is 15-1. Now, I don't have to worry about frequencies, folks, because we are on an RNAV. There's nothing to set down here. It's all internal. What's Santo Domingo? 14.7. But I can always put the VORs in and they'll show up here. Santo Domingo is CDO. And I can also true up our horses. There we go. So we're 44 miles out of it's Papa Tango Alpha, Puerto Plata. Another big destination for people headed in this direction for some heat in the middle of winter. Santo Domingo is another one. So all right, once we're within 20, I'll move into the middle screen and we'll set up. I'm going to use the altitude intervene button instead of descend now. Just want to show you the different ways you can set it up. Okay, just for referencing, folks, this is set for terrain radar. This is set for weather radar. I don't think we have anything happening down here. All right, so you can see now top of descents crossing 20 miles away. Let's go ahead, check our engine starts to continues. Fasten seatbelts at 15, landing lights on at 10. Oh, there's one thing we didn't brief. What's the transition here? Transition level 18,000. Cool. Don't think we have to set that anywhere. 18,000 set already. Now, many people wonder where to find that. What you do, come over here to VNAV or descent, depending on the type of FMC. Next page, till you get to the descent page, look for forecast, and that's how you set it in the Boeings. Airbus, you do it on your approach page. All right, and according to this, we are 12 miles out. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start our descent. Starting descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are descending. Seatbelt sign is on. If you happen to be up and about, please return your seat. Keep your seatbelt fastened for the main flight. On behalf of the flight crew, we appreciate you being with us today. Wish you a very safe and pleasant journey to your final destination. Hope to see you back here with us soon. Thank you.
All right, we're going to go ahead, kill the music now as we start in. And let's see where we're at here, folks. Getting ready to come in over Puerto Plata. Then we're going to head down the approach to Codex and right on into the RNAV approach for the runway. All right, so not much longer, folks. Sim toolkit puts us in at about 13-ish minutes. Call it 15. You'll see it up there at the top. Kind of get the statistics of what we're doing here as we drop on into Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic.
Sign has been switched on. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been switched off.
All right, folks. So hopefully here we'll be getting cleared to land here shortly. We don't have controllers up at the moment, so it's all on us. Kind of the way I like it. Well, starting to see a little bit of the cloud deck that we're being told we're going to come across. Broken layer at 1800. We'll see if it actually manifests. We had one once like 700, I think it was. We were barely above minimums. Folks, it was clear skies, visibility, okay. Unreal sometimes what, and it, X-Plane can have that problem. Microsoft has that problem. It's all with how they interpret the weather, if they're even getting the weather for that data station. So, kind of see what we actually get here. The real world conditions right now are 1,800 feet broken for clouds. No rain. Visibilities look fine in that arena. Winds are 020. So it's just always fun to see how the sim matches and how far, when did they get the last weather? Because we've run into that too. We had a really fun approach into South America. We need to get back down there, by the way. And oh my goodness, was that, I mean, it was reading at or below minimums. And when we finally got in the area, it was above minimums on the METAR, but the sim wasn't reading that same METAR, so we were still below. Oh my gosh, was that a fun auto land? Auto lands can be fun, folks. So, but also hand flying them can even be better. The satisfaction of doing it yourself. In the beginning, they're fun to watch because you hit so hard and all of that, but eventually you learn that little technique that you eventually learn it and you can grease them most of the time. I'm not gonna say every time because we're human. We're gonna bang them in there every now and then, folks. What mechanics are for. How do we keep them employed? Come on. All right. How we doing here? All right, we're coming up on the transition level. And I'm going to verify seatbelts are on. All right, they are. And then all right, we should be getting onto the chart here. There we are. All right, so we got to be above 220 and slowing to 250, folks. All right, so now the same thing here. We can take over the speed, dial it down to 250. For now, and then pop out the speed brakes to start slowing us down. And then the next one is actually 230, so I'm just going to go ahead and set for 230. Okay. 3006. Oh, wait a minute. 1017. Okay. Minimums are not set. I want to get the speed brakes off here. Okay. And let me get the minimums put in 500. Okay, and that'll be 510 actually. $450 above the ground. All right, we're coming down. All right, here we go, folks. Weather's not looking as bad as the METAR is making it out to be, but we'll find out here shortly. Below 13,000 is our next one. Final approach course was 352. gives me something to work off here, folks. Because I'm going to bring this down. Oh. So that just gives me something to work with on my approach. All right. Auto brakes 2. All right, so now altitude set, ILS, we don't have V cards. We need to get that set in here. All you do is click init. There you go. V speed of 146. And we are set and ready to go. Okay, so we're going to be below 13,000 by SD312. We're already almost at 10,000. Well, we're just below, and we still got 4 miles to go, so could be close to 10,000. Okay, and speed brakes will arm. Auto brakes are set. Landing gear will come down on final. And landing lights are about to come on. All right, folks, so we're about ready to begin our approach. Okay, maybe the weather will report right. And now we're getting what we're not getting in the METAR, rain. Okay, that means we're going to go ahead, engine ice on, just in case. Okay, we crossed at 11,700, continuing down. Okay. Right, so now 230 at 11 and 220 at 10. Okay, so we'll stay at 230 here, slow to 220, and then 210 at Venro. Okay, below, come on, we got to get below 8,000. But if you're curious, right now it's forecasted right about here is where we'll hit 3,000 feet to bring it in. And see how I've got that set up so I know where to make sure I'm turning on? That's why. Okay, we're below 8,000. Next one is above 3,000, and we'll be slowing to 220. All right, folks, again, I hope you've enjoyed it. We see the airport. Let's see. It's out on, it should be right out in there. So I hope you've enjoyed. We're flying this for Virtual American, kind of a brand new airline out there. Folks, if you're interested, I'll give you the link, but please read. I don't want this one. Pilot, be warned, they are very realistic. So if you like it as real as it can get, perfect airline for you. If you're not able to handle as real as it can get, I would be very hesitant. So, because I'm here to tell you, folks, they do it. They really set it up nicely. Great software, great website, great bunch of people. If you're with Piedmont Virtual or Spirit, folks, same group, and they do a spectacular job. This one, though, they're realistic as possible, and down to the aircraft you fly, down to the way you fly them, the approaches, the whole 9 yards. So if you're looking for that, folks, you found them here. And I'm going to go ahead, even though we got the warning, keep the engine ice on. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, slow us up more. I'm going to go ahead and set us for 210. Get my chart up. Alright, so Venro at 3,000. Oh, time to take over. See if it's going to fix itself. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we're slowing for Venro. And again, maximum speed. Maximum, folks. Doesn't mean you have to do 210 here. You can slow to 180. Get yourself ready. Because you want to be stable on this approach. They will, that's part of how you get the stabilized approach points and all of that good stuff. So yeah, they are really good, folks. They amaze me sometimes at just what they do, and I'm enjoying it. Actually, I had a couple bounce landings and they asked me, why'd you bounce them? Like, what? Okay.
1,000 to go.
Hey, here we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead, put the flight attendants in their seats. It's going to sound like for takeoff, but that's why I'm doing it. Okay. And okay, speed brakes armed. Auto brakes set. Be coming around that corner here soon, folks. And decel point, I'm going to start slowing to 160. Okay, again, lights all set. Okay, 160. Okay, here we go. Spoilers armed. Right? Yep. Like to check. Coming up on our turn. Okay, from here we are 9 miles out. So I may bring the, once we come wings level, I'm going to put the landing gear down. Set for 2,000.
To go.
Okay, I think I've got the runway in sight. Gear down. I really sometimes try to do it the right way, and then you saw what it did. Okay, here we go, folks. Going to flaps 30. Spoilers armed, brakes armed. Okay, runway in sight. Mike Delta Sierra Delta Airport, American 1918. Final runway 35, gear down. And we are stable.
1,000.
Landing. Don't like the way they draw trees sometimes, folks.
Approaching minimums. 400 minimum.
Again, landing stable.
300. 200.
Okay, visual approach, and that does definitely not coincide.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Reverse. We'll just head on to the next one. No need. Welcome to the Dominican Republic, folks. All right, we're just gonna taxi on into the terminal and get everything firing up. So lights off, strobes off. Okay. Anti-ice off. Flaps up. Trim to 4. Right. And Mike, Delta Sierra Delta, clear of the runway, taxi to gate. Okay, APU's on. Weather off. Transponder. Alright, so we're set. We just got to get her to the gate. Generators will turn on here in a second. Stay. Is that at 4? Right there. Alright, so gate 4 is past this jetway. pressure. It doesn't tell us. But that's not nice. That should be 3, folks. Then ours should be right up here. Huh, interesting jetways. All right, we are in the gates, folks. Welcome again to Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. All right, shutdown procedure is pretty simple, folks. Once we're on the EPU, which we're getting turned over to right now, get the bleed on. Okay, pressure's up. Generators, fasten seatbelts. We'll go ahead and turn those off so they can start milling about back there. Come down here to the middle. And we pretty much shut them down. Transponder to standby. And all exterior lights off. Oops, misstep by 1. Okay, wing lights off, and they're all off. Okay. Fuel pumps coming off, except for 1. That one. And window heaters stay on, probe heaters come off. Everything's set. All right, folks, let's see if we can get the jetway to move here. Thinking it's not gonna. One, I think I'm in too close. Yeah, that's why. Don't know if it would anyway. All right, so 3. Ground. Set the chocks. Open the doors. Terminating the leg. All right, folks, let me file this with Virtual American. And there we go, folks. PIREP has been filed. Current status is can't remember how many I had before. Uh-oh. Oh, it took 490. All right. So let's take a look here at it, shall we? First thing I'm going to do is come off of VATSIM so I don't forget. Okay, we'll come off the ACAR program. And where am I at here? Okay. Oh yeah, Santo Domingo. Oh, 50. Oh my goodness. Holy mac. Do you see that, folks? 50 feet a minute. Let's take a look at that, shall we? Oh, you barely can see it for a few seconds. And it's gone. All right, so I need to finish the flight. Holy mackerel. I'm going to go in and see what they recorded us at. All right, hang on. Few details. Look at that, folks. Pretty much dead on the, oh, this is a great, oh, wow, this is one of my better approach. Lord have mercy. Wow. All right, I'm liking everything I'm seeing so far. Let's get into what I'm seeing. All right, number-wise, hopefully we can do a replay on this, folks. Okay, so we're coming in runway 35. I told you it's 11,000 feet. You can see the slope and the width and all of that good stuff. Okay. Touchdown. All right, so the goal is to land between this blue dot, which is the touchdown or threshold, and the last set of hashes. And each of these are 500 feet spaced. So I believe 5,000, 15 to 3,000 feet of the runway is what's called the landing zone. That varies with the length of the runway. So, granted, you have a 3,000 foot landing zone on a 6,000 foot runway, folks. You're already into the other end of the runway. You better be starting to get nervous about running off. All right, so our threshold, this is where you are supposed to, from here forward, land. You can land anywhere in there, folks, but that's where it starts. The green dot's where we actually landed. And as you can see, this hash mark is big and wide to let you see it in the air. That's what you're aiming for in visual flight. So when you pull up from your instrument approach, you're looking at the runway, you got those square in the, square on. And that's where you aim. Not to say they always land there, trust me. Go look at a runway, you'll see, well, you can see this black is rubber. So obviously they're touching down pretty close to there, but look how far down in the real world they're getting, even outside the landing zone. But you got 11,000 feet, so you got some wiggle room here. Now, we did it 50 feet a minute. So we were 0.8 off on our ideal heading. Pitch right on. Speed, like I said, just a hair slow. But the touch was just outstanding, folks. This is really a good landing. So hopefully we'll be able to go back and look at it. All right, let's get Sim Toolkit out of here. All right, now let me make sure I've got everything set up so it should let us rewind. We're still in, like I said, a beta form of it. Possibilities it may not work. Doors, close them up. And let's take a look outside at the plane, shall we? You can see I came up too far. This is what I wonder if it would just go straight across or if they even work here. They may not even work here, folks. But look, Santo Domingo. Interesting. SAS 737s here. They're a long way from home. Oh well, gotta love it, folks. All right, so everything's buttoned up. Yep. All right, here we go. Fingers crossed, folks. Say a little prayer. We're going to try and run it backwards. This is the part of X-Plane, if it works. Again, we're in beta. It may not. Oh, it is. To me, sets it above other sims. The fact that it's built in, I can take it all the way to the beginning of the flight or wherever I want. All right. You know what? Why not? Appropriate music. So you can see how we're set up. We're going to watch it from outside as we get ourselves on. I think we're still on the autopilot here, getting established. I don't think I've taken over yet, but I'm pretty close to it. Matter of fact, I do think I have control. Just gonna let her run in from here. Faster. All right, now I am a little low here. The visual cue says it for red, you're dead. Here we come. Oh my gosh, look at all that grease coming off those tires. Holy mackerel, did we grease that one. All right, let's look at it from some other views. Man, what a landing. What a landing, folks. This unbelievable. Let me do it again. Come over for Hawker 125. Would love to be with his camera. Man, wish I could do that every time, folks. Lots and lots of grease on that grease plane. Let's see how it looked from our guinea pigs in the airplane. Now, interesting, I'm going to take a look here, folks. I think I just noticed something. Start from the other side. May not be able to see it from this view. We'll get one more outside. I want to check something. What sim toolkits? Yeah, see, you saw the big aiming points go by. That's the real world picture, but the sim may be off some of those. So let's set up here. See what we actually do. See, it had us landing back here. Look, we're still airborne. Oh, I wish I could do that all the time, folks. Well, folks, we're on the ground here in Santo Domingo. You know, it is worth it. See how the tower looks. Yep, looks awesome. All right, folks, well, we've had a great time flying over here. I hope you did as well. If you did, smash that follow button, folks. We'd love to see you on future flights. As well as if you're in the YouTube, hey, smash subscribe. We'd love you to see our videos as they come out. We're going to get her back in the gate and call this one complete, folks. I really hope you enjoyed heading from Miami up to here. And, oh, where are you? There you are. Let me get the doors. And that is a wrap, folks. We'll see you tomorrow. Not sure what we're gonna fly, but you can guarantee it'll be some fun. So for now, folks, God bless y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Rest of your day as we get into Friday. God bless you.